Howdy, happy Monday. Welcome to another edition of Time Out Over Time on the Time Out Over Time YouTube channel. I'm Rick Arsenal. As always, if you haven't done so yet, you must, through penalty of community service, get down there in the corner, please. Smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you very much. Quick 15 minutes today because that's about all I have time for. I'm sneaking this in right now. So, without further ado, let's get our sponsor obligations out of the way first. If you're planning on hitting the road this summer, make sure your first stop is Frank Beck Chevrolet. Yeah, let Beck Service Pros make sure your vehicle is ready for any trip. You know, Beck's can check all the belts, the hoses, electrical connections to make sure there are no surprises waiting. Let them also check the brakes, the tires, especially the cooling and air conditioning units. Have them top off all the fluids. And again, like I said, check the tires. And there you go. You're ready. You're ready for the road. You know, so whether your vacation plans are near or far around this great state or country of ours, make sure your vehicle can make that trip. Call the service department at 517-849-2886 to make your appointment or stop into Frank Beck Chevrolet at M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville and follow them on the web at frankbeckchevy.com. Come experience the Frank Beck Chevrolet difference. Chevrolet together, let's drive, baby. Chevy Drive, Southern Michigan. And of course, Frank Beck Chevrolet is indeed the number one selling Chevrolet dealer in our tri-state area. We're also brought to you in part by Barrett Insurance at downtown Jonesville at the corner of M99 and US 12, 517-849-1000. That's BarrettINS.com. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. On the corner of M99 and US 12 in downtown Jonesville, 517-849-1000. Barrett Insurance, that's BarrettINS.com. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. Tigers snapped a what? Was it a 6-game losing streak yesterday? Yeah, it was. So the Tigers have been historically bad. I mean, in the modern day era of baseball, you're never going to go back to 1900. Some of these numbers, no teams have ever been this bad. For a team to collectively stop hitting all at once, that's historical. You just don't see that. Everything. Numbers aren't good, but they did win yesterday thanks to a early 3-run homer from Gleyber Torres. You know, Max Scherzer pitched very well for the Blue Jays yesterday. He only allowed 3 hits, and they all came in 1 inning. If it hadn't been for that home run from Torres, put them on front 3-0. They could very well have lost again yesterday. But Jack Flaherty to the rescue. You know, think about Jack Flaherty. You have to go back. This was the best. Blue Jays are a very good hitting team, and he completely shut them down yesterday. And you'd have to. This was his best performance since. You'd have to go back to the first Sunday in June, I think. That'd be about June the 8th or something when he blanked the Cubs. He looked very similar to what he did yesterday. The Cubs and the Blue Jays are 2 very good hitting teams. Flaherty is capable of doing this. He just has more bad outings and he does good. But he's capable of coming up with. When you see something like this, you get encouragement because you think maybe he's turned the corner. Maybe he's going to be more consistently good. We'll see. When is his next start? Next weekend in Philadelphia. I think his next start will be, what do I think? Saturday in Philadelphia. I think that's his next scheduled start. Phillies are a very good hitting team too, so let's see what he does against them. So I get a couple more things out of the way here, and then I will got a list here of 5 relief pitchers who I think the Tigers should consider, and I think they will consider trading for at the trade deadline. I think either any one of these five or any two of these five would be very beneficial to the back end of that bullpen. By the way, there was a story last Thursday or Friday from Evan Petzold, the beat writer, Tigers beat writer for the Detroit Free Press, in which he said, don't expect the Tigers to make any significant moves at the trade deadline. You know, you don't expect Eugenio Suarez or anything major. He said they might get a couple of arms for the bullpen, but you know, the fact that he didn't cite any sources, he didn't even say anonymous sources. When a journalist puts out a story like this, I want to know what his source is. Where's he getting this from? Now, he doesn't have a direct line to the AJ Hinch or Scott Harris or even Jeff Greenberg, the general manager. So is he assuming this? Is this merely a conjecture on his part? If it is, he's obligated to tell us this. If he doesn't cite any sources, we must assume this is merely an opinion or conjecture on his part. In that case, this isn't reporting, it's an editorial. That's the first thing you learn in journalism class. I've lost a lot of respect for Evan Petzold. I really have. And if the Tigers turn out, if it turns around, or if it turns out the Tigers indeed do get Eugenio Suarez, this bad report, he's got egg all over his face. That's an editorial on my part, by the way. But I've lost some respect for Evan Petzold, who I thought was a pretty decent journalist. But by the way, the guy's on the ticket this morning, which is the Tigers flagship station. Apparently, the Yankees had inquired about Suarez, but the asking price was too much. So they ended up getting McMahon from the Rockies over the weekend. The Mariners have already dealt with the Diamondbacks, getting their first baseman, Josh Naylor. So anyway, we'll make a long story short, according to the guys on the ticket, Tigers flagship, the Suarez sweepstakes were down to two teams, the Cubs and the Tigers. I would consider that to be more of a what's the word I'm looking here for? More of a prudent story. Or I would put more stock in what these guys are telling me than I would what Evan Petzold is writing in the Free Press right now. I wouldn't completely close the door to seeing Eugenio Suarez at the time. You know, he's here. He's in Detroit right now. Eugenio Suarez is in Detroit. Let's hope he stays there. He doesn't leave Detroit. Let's hope instead of getting on the plane with the Diamondbacks Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday evening, he's getting on the plane with the Tigers going to Philadelphia. So anyway, do this, and then I will give you the names of 5 relief pitchers who I think could help the Tigers. Quality PC, downtown Hillsdale. Who's one for them? We wouldn't be doing this right now. Tim Lindley, Quality PC, downtown Hillsdale, 37 Waldron Street. It's the only place around here to go for any technical service. Lucky to have somebody like Tim here. 517-610-5372, 37 Waldron Street, downtown Hillsdale, directly across the street from Fat Jack's Automotive. That's the only place to go for technical sales, service, anything at all. Any tech services. We are so blessed to have someone like Tim and his assistants in our area. There is no other place to go, folks. This is the place. Computers, newer used, flat screen TV, mounting, programming, maybe you're changing internet providers, you need that installed, printers, newer used, anything at all. Please get in there and see these guys. 517-610-5372, or better yet, get in there and see them at 37 Waldron Street. Tell them me and Mickey sent you. Thank you very quickly now. 5 relief pitchers who I think could help the Tigers. I've listed them in order of which one could help more than the other. Okay. So at the top of my list, St. Louis Cardinal relief pitcher Ryan Helsley. For contending teams, Helsley's probably the single most appealing reliever on the market. His 2025 season has been more great than dominant. But since 2022, Helsley is fifth in relief ERA with a minuscule 2.03. That'll work. Ryan Helsley, St. Louis Cardinals. Number 2 on this list, David Bednar, closer for the Pittsburgh Pirates. We just saw him last week. We've talked about the Pirates reliever quite a bit in recent weeks, but because he's very good and because he comes with teams control through the 2026 season. He's not a rental. You'd have him through next year. That's a plus. That's a bonus. The 34-year-old right-hander holds a 34.5% strikeout rate, a 6.8% walk rate. That's very good, and boasts of a 1.93 FIP over 37 innings with 16 saves. Love to have David Bednar. Number 3, Robert Suarez, San Diego Padres. Suarez is a relatively late entrant to the relief market. You don't think a 56 and 49 San Diego team would be moving key players, but the Padres are strapped for cash and prospects. They have major issues with their corner outfield and DH positions, and a very deep bullpen that could survive losing an arm like Robert Suarez. That's the third guy on this list I've got here. Number 4, I threw this guy in there, but I really think he's pretty well washed up. That's Kenley Jansen of the Dodgers. Of the Angels, LA Angels. Tiger fans are familiar with Jansen. Anyone who saw the 6-run, 8-hit drubbing on May the 2nd when the Tigers were in Anaheim probably wonder why anyone would watch Jansen. However, since then, he's been quietly put together a solid season. From May the 3rd on, his ERA is 31st among all relievers at 2.17. He's more of a soft contact maven now than a strikeout arm, making him something like the best version of relievers we have rather than a different style. And finally, number 5 on this list, Raisel Iglesias of the Atlanta Braves. Now, hear me out on this one. On the whole, Iglesias has been undeniably bad. An ERA over 5 is never a good starting point, but even his 4.27 FIP is more than great. His velocity is down just a tad, maybe. And then the days of Iglesias in Cincinnati are all gone. He was very good there at one time. This is no longer an elite closer, but most of his peripherals suggest he's well above average arm and getting some awful luck. Numbers go down, his strikeout rate, walk rate, 31.1% hard hit rate is undeniably elite. And somehow he has the 7th highest home run rate among all relief pitchers. That's kind of weird. Anyway, briefly, so there you go. 5 relief pitchers who I think would help the Tigers and make the bullpen significantly better than what it is now. All right, that's going to do it. Lions, briefly about the Lions. His defensive coordinator, Kelvin Shepherd, said he looks better than ever. He looks elite. Looks like he's going to hit the ground running. That's great news. Don't forget Thursday night at 8 o'clock on NBC, the Lions and Chargers, the Hall of Fame game from Canton. You're going to see very few names in there that you're familiar with. I'm hoping that the rookie, number 18, Isaac Tesla, gets a little playing time. Keep your eye also on wide receiver Dominic Lovett. He's another guy I'd like to see play Thursday night, get some reps. Anyway, Thursday night on NBC. Don't forget, too, the Lions play 4 preseason games this year. The Lions and the Chargers both do. Everybody else plays 3. So I haven't done leave anything out. No, that's going to do it. I got to leave anyway. So there you go. I got you caught up. Troy Melton pitching tonight for the Tigers. They have a lot of faith in him. I think they've said he's in the rotation for the rest of the year. So let's hope he does well tonight against a D-back team that has been struggling. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about the Tigers, but can they get this thing turned around? Was yesterday kind of a jump start? Let's hope so. Let's hope it was. Anyway, I'll talk to you all again on Wednesday. Don't forget timeout Saturday mornings here from 9 to 10. WCSR 92.1 with Andy and Chad. Well, till Wednesday, I will bid you all a very pleasant evening and rest of your day. Remember, please treat each other with respect. Same thank you so much for watching and listening. I can't thank you enough. Like I said, so until Wednesday, have yourselves a good rest of your evening. And until Wednesday, then I'll simply say so long, everybody. Thanks for watching. Go Tigers. Thank you.